The massacre of Khojaly committed by the Armenia will not be forgotten and forgiven. It has been 18 years since the atrocity in Khojaly, and it has been 18 years since the Armenian army committed an atrocious crime in Khojaly. Khojaly is one of the largest cities in mountainous Karabakh and carries an important strategic role in the region. Its population consisted of only Azerbaijanis and played a major role in preventing Armenia's plans to invade the mountainous Karabakh. That was the ground for Armenia to launch a major assault on Khojaly. In 1992, the night of 27th February, the Armenian army began an onslaught in Khojaly, which was heavily assisted by Russian 366 Regiment. Before the offensive by the Armenian army, Khojaly was guarded by the Russian artillery. Armenian and Russian soldiers who didn't follow any rules of the war and aggressed the defenseless Khojaly at a cold winter night. Barehanded, innocent people ran barefoot into the snow-covered forest in hope of saving their lives, unaware of the horrifying fact that the Armenian army would never let them get away. The degree of atrocity which the Armenian army was prepared to carry out was devastating. On that cold winter night, one of the most atrocious war crimes against innocent people was committed by the Armenian army, which had rarely been seen in human history. The pregnant women and their babies were viciously cut dead, and small children were beheaded in front of their defenseless parents. The photos of that massacre tells us even more horrible stories about Khojaly. It will not be forgotten and it will not be forgiven for the sake of victims, humanity, and peace for the future. The result of the Armenians' murderous act is as follows. 613 people died, of whom 63 were children and 106 were women, and 70 of them were elderly. 8 families were completely destroyed. 27 children lost both parents and 130 children lost one of their parents. 487 people received serious war injuries, of which 76 of them were children. Moreover, the Armenian fascist army kidnapped and tortured 1,275 people with unthinkable, inhuman methods and killed the most. Some of the kidnapped people were returned to Azerbaijan thanks to the international organizations, and yet there has not been any information on 150 people who went missing that night. The subject of Khojaly was covered by media around the world, informing people about the massacre and devastations in the region. We are gathered here today to question the world, its presidents and politicians. Why there have not yet been any legal and political actions taken against murderous members of the Armenian army for their crimes in Khojaly. Yet, there are enough evidences in hand about the genocide in Khojaly. Why people like Kocharian and Sarkisyan, who led and commanded the Armenian army to the irremediable tragedy of Khojaly, have not yet been brought to justice? Is there any difference between the killing people in Khojaly and in the former Yugoslavia? Despite the fact that the UN has adopted several resolutions demanding the Armenia to leave the territory of Azerbaijan, Armenia still occupies about 20% of Azerbaijan's territory, mountainous Karabakh, and yet it keeps ignoring and defying the UN resolutions, disrespecting the international community. Let's not forget, right now over 1 million Azerbaijani refugees displaced by the war live under difficult circumstances. We, the protesters, are turning to all the people, regardless of their race, religion, and background, and ask for their support in demanding the US, the European Union, and the US the following. 1. We believe that ignoring the genocide is tantamount to taking part in it. It's precisely for that reason the Armenian assassins who have violated the Geneva Convention rules must appear in front of the International Court against War Crimes. 2. Armenia must immediately and unconditionally leave the occupied territories of Azerbaijan. 3. Disappearance of the people during the war should be reviewed by the Armenia in association with the international organizations. 4. Armenia should pay compensation to war against Azerbaijan. 5. In case of Armenia does not meet its international obligations and fails to comply with the terms of UN resolutions, the UN should approve and impose comprehensive sanctions against Armenia. 6. We Azerbaijanis living in Sweden would like to ask the government and parliament stand against the injustice and participate in resolving the problem of the mountainous Karabakh. Thank you, Committee of Karabakh, Stockholm, 27th February 2010.
Armenia out of Karabakh.
Armenia out of Karabakh.
Out of Azerbaijan.
Out of Azerbaijan.
Stop killing.
Stop killing.
Stop genocide.
Stop genocide.
Respect UN international laws.
Respect international laws.
Stop occupation.
Stop occupation.
Shame on Armenian murderers.
Shame on Armenian murderers.
Sarkisian terrorists.
Sarkisian terrorists.
Sarkisian murderer.
Sarkisian murderers.
Shame on you, Armenia.
Shame on you, Armenia.
Today is the tragedy of the 20th century, anniversary day of the 20th century of Khojaly genocide. The Khojaly genocide is one of the most terrible and tragic pages of Azerbaijan history. Armenian military forces committed genocide in the town of Khojaly with the population of 7,000 people on February 26 in 1992. The Khojaly genocide, 613 people were killed, amongst them 63 children, 106 women, 70 elders, 25 children lost both parents, 130 children lost one of the parents, 487 people were wounded, including 78 children. 1,275 people were hostage. 150 people were missing. We demand justice. We demand justice to 63 children. We demand justice 160 women. We demand justice for the 70 elders. Justice to Khojaly.
The campaign is aimed at bringing to the wider international community the truth about Khojaly massacre and agitating in this regard to inform the world community about the crimes against humanity that were committed by Armenian armed forces in the town of Khojaly in Azerbaijan on February 26, 1992. In this massacre, within a few hours, 613 civilians were killed, including 106 women, 83 children, and 70 old men. 56 people were killed with outrageous brutality. 8 families were totally exterminated. 25 children lost both parents, while 130 children lost at least one parent. 487 people were wounded, including 76 children. 1,275 people were taken hostage. 150 people were missing. We call Armenia to free Azerbaijani lands. We call Armenia to respect international laws. We call Armenia respect UN resolutions. We call Armenia respect international laws. Now I'm going to raise some slogans and ask you all to repeat after me. Armenia. Stop killing.
Armenia, stop killing.
Armenia, stop killing.
Armenia out of Karabakh.
Armenia, out of Karabakh.
Armenia out of Azerbaijani land.
Armenia, out of Azerbaijanis land.
Stop killing people.
Stop killing people.
Stop occupation.
Stop occupation.
Shame on Armenian murderers.
Shame on Armenian murders.
End Armenian occupation.
And Armenian occupation.